What up, man? It's your boy Audible Cino. I just skipped class with the progress report. And if you skip class with me, then you already know class is in session, man. Focus.
The progress report.
What's going on? It's your girl, Lala Shepherd. This is another episode of Skipping Class presented by the Progress Report. I got the Honorable C-Note in the building. How are you?
I'm great, man. Couldn't be better.
That's facts, man. Well, I always got to, say I appreciate you for supporting me. You always let me pull up with the camera, like, from a long time ago. So I appreciate that.
For
and
sure.
Really, really just appreciative. So
It's all
we
love,
here.
man.
For sure.
Hustlers got to respect hustlers, man.
That's facts.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
facts.
You got to do it.
So we know you just put out this body of work, so we're going to get into that. But first, we're going to take it to the top. All right?
All right.
So what made you decide to even start producing in the first place? Or were you an artist first?
I always wanted to make beats and stuff since a kid, you know what I'm saying? I always been like, I think it's my calling in life, like, you know what I'm saying? So I was born, making music. My grandma had a piano. I used to just bang on it when I was a kid. So it was something that was already in me. And I'm self-taught. So, I picked up a lot of things on the way. It's just, I always knew that's what I was going to do. Always.
Who were some people that you came up listening to?
Like, everybody. 8 Ball and MJG, Nas, Jay-Z, Kanye West, NWA, KRS-One, Busta Rhymes. Like, I'm a real, like, you know what I'm saying? I listen to everybody and everything from Gucci Mane to even Sibo out there and out west, you know what I'm saying? Brother Lynch Hung and DJ Quick. I'm everywhere. I'm from the Midwest, so we listen to everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing that I don't listen to for real. So yeah.
For sure. What was your thoughts when you finally got into the game? Though, like, was it everything that you thought it would be?
Oh no, no. When I first got in the game, I thought it was gonna be like the first person I make. I thought it was gonna be like boom, you just blow up big. But there's a lot of struggle that come with it. Just being a producer. Coming up in the game, there's a lot of politics that I didn't know about. The time I came into the game, it was changing over from solid copies, you know what I'm saying, CDs to streaming. So we went through a phase where it wasn't really no money. So we was just doing a lot of mixtapes, and it was kind of like on some free shit. But it opened it up for what's going on now, like the streaming.
Facts. Speak on those other changes though, just seeing like how the sound would change, just different artists and just everything just kind of changing over time. And what's your thoughts on everything going on right now?
I feel like us as producers, we change the sound along with the artists, you know what I'm saying? It's like a 50-50 thing, and we pushed each other to, be great. So you always want to be around people that always push it and don't want to keep on doing the same thing, so being in the room with the artists, it allowed us at that time to push each other to, bring what we got going on now. So it was like, it's just magic for real. It really can't even be explained. It's like, it's spiritual and it's music, you know what I'm saying? It's all in one, so yeah.
That's facts. Now, talk about, at what point did you start getting to the point where you wanted to be an artist too? And like, how do you deal with that criticism of being like a producer artist?
I am an artist. Like, I'm just a person that all my. Ask the question again.
Talk about, how did you get it to the point where you decided to become an artist outside of just producing, and how do you deal with criticism of being a producer artist?
I always been an artist from day one. I helped come up with melodies, come up with, rhyme schemes, you know what I'm saying, words here and there for artists. And, that's a gift that I have. I utilize every gift that I have. So I can make beats, I can do cartoons, I can rap, you know what I'm saying? But, me took it serious as an artist is when I felt like the game was more headed towards like money. Like everybody want to get money, which that's what we here for, people make money, but I like the art, and our art designs our culture, you know what I'm saying? So the things that I seen coming up in the game, I wanted to talk about those in my and my point of view. So that's what made me, become being an artist more serious. I wanted to talk about what I wanted to talk about. So through the music.
We want you to come skip class with us and share your story on our new segment called Skipping Class.
Look, we want to talk to all the artists, indie or mainstream, or if you're an entrepreneur, come build your brand with us and tell your story to the world.
You'll also get the shot in our locker, and you'll get promo clips for all your fans. So DM us today or visit our website, tprmediagroup.com. Get locked in with us.
Understood. So we got this new project. It's called, Signs 3. This is the third one. You released 2 previous ones before.
Right.
But you talked about a lot of important things in this project, like you did the others.
Right.
So we're gonna get into a couple of those things. So now talk about the importance of teaching the people around you to fish, as opposed to just giving them stuff.
Yeah, you got that line from Trap. I'd rather teach you to leech. I'd rather teach you to fish before I let you leech. It's basically like that's a quote from in Bible. You know what I'm saying? That's like a Bible quote, man. I'd rather teach men to fish, because within that you create other men around you that learn how to fish and get money and create opportunities for other men. When you got somebody that's kind of like this leeching at you, it opens the door for a lot of jealousy, a lot of those type of traits when you're dealing with, feeding other people, because it's gonna become a time where a man has to be a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't just have you around me, feeding off of me, and you're not really doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? you're expecting me to do this because I'm your homeboy. But if I teach you how to fish, if I teach you how to use your talent, if I teach you how to do something, if I put meat on your head, if I give you books that I'm reading, or the things that I'm going through, if I teach you and putting you up on actual game, I'm creating an opportunity for you to grow and open more doors for people around you. And it's just the each one teach one thing that we should have going on. But you got some people that just like, they like that. They rather have, they want to be the big dog. I don't got to be the big dog in the circle. It's just like, I'd rather, what I say might influence the mind that changed the whole world. That's what we on doing. We have a lot of change that we see that we need as a parent. So, I just rather start with me. I don't have to be the biggest dog in the fight, but I want all smart people around me. You know what I'm saying? All real thinkers, a person that can have a mind of their own and think on their own, because a lot of people, to me, you know what I'm saying, they have people think for them.
That's facts.
Yeah.
And speaking of that song, Trap, at what point did you feel like you got untrapped?
It's still trapped. We still trapped to this day. Tupac had a song. I'm a big Tupac fan. Tupac was a revolutionary. He had a song called Trap back in the 90s. That's what he came. That's the first song I heard Tupac was on. And it was like in 93, 2. It was one of the, like, you know what I'm saying? It was early 90s when he came out with that song Trap. And here he is in 2022, and we still talking about the same thing. We still trapped. So we're going to have those conversations within our people and our group to make all of us feel like, hey man, let's stop getting hustled. Let's figure out, something. So if he was in the 90s rapping about that, and I could still come with a song with the same concept in 2022, what is we really doing? And so that's how I feel like that. I feel like we still trapped. If I make $10 million, yeah, I look good to my people. I look nice and flashy around y'all, right? But to my $10 million, I done made somebody else $100 million.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I created wealth for myself, but I didn't create generational wealth that I'm, for others. So it's just like, when we gonna put our heads together and create something that's bigger for ourselves, so our kids won't have to be worried about being jealous or envious of each other.
I hear that. Now, you also spoke about just fighting demons too, and just, mental health issues running in your family. So speak about that.
Yeah, I had found out that, before I left Michigan, my grandma was diagnosed with bipolar and schizophrenia. it was, and she had all these pills that she took, you know what I'm saying? I was raised by my grandma. I love my grandma to death. One of the nicest people in the world that you will meet. But as she got older, she started to be different, you know what I'm saying? The things that she would cry just out the blue is just, you know what I'm saying? And for a minute, we'll think that, that's her sickness, you know what I'm saying, doing that. We didn't know no better. But see, when you start getting older, you start coming into some of the same things that's kind of affecting you. Like I had a spiritual awakening, and I thought that's what it was. I thought that's what was attacking me, the bipolar and, you know what I'm saying, waking up in different type of moods. And I figured out it's the stuff that I eat, and bipolar and anxiety, all that stuff, those are spirits. When I figured out how to teach and talk them off of me, that's when I figured out, like, a lot of people are being controlled by spirits and don't even know it. You think it's you. You think those voices in your head, that's you. But, as a person that fought those type of things and battled those type of things, it's a spiritual warfare that we're going through. And if you don't know what you're fighting, you kind of like fighting and you leaving your face open. Like you don't know how to even defend yourself against what's going on because, it's cool to be ignorant. Yeah, so with that being said, I figured it out. It was, God told me what it was. He taught me what it was, It's like you got to train yourself up spiritually as well as train yourself up physically in this world to even understand what's really going on. Because if you don't, you're just going to be, you out here open. You ain't even up on your literature. You ain't up on game. Nobody's teaching real game out here. It's just like, go out here and live your life freely. But at the end of the day, it's just like you digging yourself a hole. You don't even know about it. So, yeah.
I hear that. Now, while you was at New Music Mondays, you has told us that it was a beat that you heard and you was sleeping, or did you have a dream and
I had
you woke
a
up
dream
and
about
created
trap, and I woke up and he told me, I had a voice in my head that told me exactly what to, make the beat like this, in reference Tupac trap. So it was just like, as a creator and learning how to fast, like, and distance myself from certain things, and it just taught me how to really just open up to myself, you know what I'm saying? Open up and trust myself, trust my instincts, learning that, the supreme being in me can come out in this world, you know what I'm saying? Greater is he in me than what you see in the world, and that's just real facts. So once you start learning how to listen to yourself and maneuver type of ways, special doors open for you. So
it's facts.
Yeah.
Do you feel like obligated to give people knowledge, just knowing all the stuff that you know? Like, do you feel that obligation?
Yeah, I feel a big obligation. It's embarrassing too, though. It's something that I had to learn. That's one of those like a song, Courage on Signs 3. It takes courage to really just stand up against everything that you kind of felt was right and to do what's right, even if it make you look crazy, you know what I'm saying? You start talking about certain type of things, niggas look at you like, hey man, what bro on, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I choose to stand for something than fall for anything, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it takes a lot of courage. I have obligations. Like once you know better, you have obligations to do better with your talent. We only here for a short amount of time, so it's like, it just is what it is.
Right. Now the Beneficiary song, that was a very interesting record too. Now you had spoke about this in this particular record, your manager was stealing from you.
Yeah.
So talk about learning about that. Like, how did you even find out?
It was an incident when I had a placement, and when you get placements, the record labels they take forever, to pay you. And when I got down here, it was broken down to me that the manager get the money first, and then it comes to you. So a person to get your check, take their 10, 20%, and then bring it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the check come in. So you don't really know when the check come in. Another man telling you what the check come in. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it was brought to me in the game. That's how the game went to me. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was taught to me at the time. And So the check came in, but my mans ain't never tell me it came. he just kept it, but kind of like, we was going through a rough patch at that time, you know what I'm saying? It was really my man, so, after I figured it out, I had figured it out because I called him myself. I called Def Jam. I'm like, yo, what is check out? They're like, yo, we sent that check like 3 months ago. And it was like, oh, snap, you know what I'm saying? So that was one of the things that kind of like had to happen. Because at the end of the day, you got to learn yourself how to stand on your own 2 feet. And it's only so long God gonna let you, you know what I'm saying? It's about evolving. So I didn't fault him for that. I took it as like the universe, it's a switch coming, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things that happened to me in my lifetime, I don't hold against people. I look at it now as like, things happen for a reason to open more doors and bigger doors and way bigger doors open after that. So, it's just like, it's just paying your dues and understanding that you're not in control of nothing.
Straight up. And while I was getting ready for this interview, I love Gucci, and every time we do an interview, I ask you a Gucci question.
Right.
But when I heard that song, I'm like, damn, I ain't even got to just randomly bring it up. You mentioned Gucci in that song. It was crazy. So, talk about, 2 of my favorite songs, the Swole Pocket Shawty and the Off the Leash that you produced, by the way. But talk about holding Gucci down during the time when he was locked up and releasing his music and him trusting you to do so.
Well, it was him, it was Mina, him and Amina, and Gucci. Me and Gucci was on Core Links. You know what I'm saying, man? So Gucci will be like, I got this. So I'll be like, yo, tell Amina to send me the acapellas, because Gucci used to make about 7 songs a day. You know what I'm saying? But I used to want to make the beats over his acapellas. So you know what I'm saying? And when they figured out that I could do that, he'll be like, yo, Hasino. We was working on the Spot soundtrack. I did like 5 acapellas over for that. A lot of things we was putting out. So yeah, anything because at the end of the day, Gucci opened a lot of doors for a lot of people, man. And I just wanted to show like my loyalty, whatever I can do to help out in the situation to keep people afloat, to keep his name going crazy, you know what I'm saying? And not just put out just anything, just like really help with the mixing, help with anything I can do as a team player, you know what I'm saying? I was willing to you know what I'm saying, to, play my part, and that's what I do. Like every boss got to go through it. You got to play your part in order to, see other things, and when you bless other people, you get blessings. So it's just, I just played my part. That's
facts. What did one of those first conversations look like when he was finally released?
Man, it was back to work. It wasn't really no conversation, man. It's kind of like, load up some beats. It was me, him, and Dolph. We did Go Get Some Mo. That was one of the first songs when he got released. That he called me to the crib and was like, load up some beats. So we did Go Get Some Mo. And what's the other song we did? It didn't come out, but yeah, it really don't really be no conversation. It'd be like, let's get to work. You know what I'm saying? Like we got, it's you know what I'm saying? It's movement. It ain't really no conversation like that.
Respect. And I was definitely gonna ask you about Dolph too. I remember early on, I think I went with you. It was to an event where I met y'all there or some shit. But talk about first meeting Dolph. What was your first impression on him when you heard his music and just saw what he had going on?
Oh, this was back when we was at the Brick Factory. I met Dolph and Daddy-O. And they used to just come up there and he'd be like, yeah, that's my homie from Memphis. And they were like, yeah, they were some cool cats. And and they was working on a mixtape, Gucci, and it was what's the name of that mixtape, man? We had some fire songs on there too. The Dolph and Gucci. What's the name of that tape? I can't even remember the name of that tape. That's crazy. One of my favorite tapes, but yeah, Dolph and Gucci was working on the tape at the time, and like with us, man, it's different. Like with people that actually do music, that's what we sit and do. We'll have a conversation for 5-10 minutes, but it's really like load up. Like if we got C-Note in the room, C-Note got beats, because I done spent, days before I even came to the studio. So, usually it was when I come to the room, it's load us up, C-Note, load next, and man, we'll listen to it, and then I dip off. 2 days, go make up more beats, and I come right back. Oh yes, back with a new batch. Let's go. Yeah, so.
Now I know we 1 year since his passing. Well, it will be 1 year. Talk about just learning about that when he did pass, and just his impact from your perspective.
Dolph impact as an independent artist, doing what he did, I don't feel like not a lot of people could do that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And he used to call and text me and be like, "Yo, man, you think I should get a deal?" And I'm like, "No." And he was like, "Yeah, but I want to go platinum." I said, "Bro, if you go gold as an independent, that's already platinum. Like, you know what I'm saying? You making crazy money already. Like, that's probably why, so we'll have these conversations, and things like that. But I think he'll just be picking my brain because he see me floating around through those offices. And I used to be like, man, bro, I wouldn't even take no deal if I was you. Not in this position. I keep going. And, to see it, cut short like that, you still got Key Glock. He carrying the flag now, and he going up, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I wanted to see my boy get more than his flowers. And he got his flowers while he was here, too, though. I believe that, people was respecting Dolph more and more and more.
I agree. Now another, I would say, prodigy of Gucci, Migos. And I know you worked with them early on, Dab Daddy and Freak No More are two of my favorite joints that you produced.
Yeah.
First, talk about just first meeting them, your first initial thoughts on them, and then were those sessions recorded in person?
No, when we worked on the first YRN album, those sessions, I was there. We did like 6 songs in a day, and all 6 of those songs made the album. Quavo reached out to me like, bro, we gotta rock with you. You know what I'm saying? So we had that type of relationship. I just pull up beats, and they just beat after beat after beat after beat, and then take it. And that was from the first time I met them at the Brick Factory. They were sitting on the couch. And Gucci was like, yeah, these the Migos right here. I'm finna sign them. I was like, they hard? And then they played me the band. I was like, yeah, they hard. All right, here. You know what I'm saying? So, just to see everything like go up from that moment, it was just like, it was something special. Like, you had to be there. Like, everybody that Gucci brought in that studio, I've seen go up. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Yeah, everybody.
I think that was just like a beautiful era, man. Like, just beautiful.
Yeah, man. That was like, niggas didn't even know what was going on. It was just,
Facts.
But them was kind of like the golden years for me. You know what I'm saying? Even past when we all made money afterwards, but just the conglomerate that was in there. Like, people will pull up. You don't even know who pulling up to the studio. You just know somebody pulling up. Like, kind of miss those days for real.
Definitely. What was your thoughts when you saw that the Migos had went their separate ways in a sense, where Quavo and Takeoff was doing their thing, and then Offset started doing his own thing?
They family, man. I figured that it'll come back eventually. You know what I'm saying? I tend to try to work with my head. I don't really look to the right or look to the left of me. If I'm focusing on something, I'm focusing on what Cino got. You know what I'm saying? So, when they call me in, I add on to what they got going on. But that's family. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, it's gonna come together, come back. Right. We're gonna straighten it out. That's just what it is. But yeah.
That's facts. So where were you at when the news broke about Takeoff, and how did that make you feel? Just because you personally know them guys.
Yeah. I was in LA, man. It broke my heart. Like, every day, man, I still wake up today. Even today, I wake up and I don't want to believe that. You know what I'm saying? When me and Takeoff had our conversations, it'd always be about God, man. Whether you believe it or not, it'd be like, man, you blessed though, for real. Like, I could see how you move, and I'm like, bro, you blessed too. That's why you be chilling like that. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like little conversations like that, and for that to happen, I just felt like, like I said, we here for a short period of time, man, and God has a bigger kingdom that He building for us. So, I figured that, you born again somewhere else, and you laying the foundation somewhere else that we don't know nothing about. So I look at passing totally different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody here for a short period. Me,
Yeah.
You know, my grandma, you know what I'm saying, like one of the biggest blows. We are, you know, we don't know what's going on after this, but, you know, yeah, take off in a good place.
And like, for me personally, I feel like, you know, just losing certain people, like it make you feel some type of way, and it just kind of just like, it make you miss what was, you know, just when we
Yeah.
talking about those eras. Does it affect you at all musically, like how you create?
What you mean?
Just some people would be like, I don't even want to record no more. I know you still making music, but did you ever feel like that at any point, just from losing different people that was, you know, in your life?
Yeah, yeah. Growing up, of course, you know, when you're dealing with that pain, it's really it's a never-ending thing. You know what I'm saying? You just got to deal with it day by day. I lost a brother at like 13, then another friend at 15, then another friend at 17, then another friend at 20. You start becoming numb to death, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you start becoming numb to it, and that's like sad for us. You know what I'm saying? That's the route I kind of take the route that I take with my music. You know, and yeah, you know, you go through those periods and times. But for me personally, like when I lost my grandma, I was like a big blow for me, but music got me through it. I was able to bury my head in my music and, you know, come out and really research those thoughts and feelings I had.
Got you. What would be your message to Black people right now?
Trust yourself. You know, we in some wild times, like, you know what I'm saying? But really hold yourself accountable and trust yourself. Hold yourself accountable for what you know to do. I don't judge no man because I'm too busy holding myself accountable. And I miss the mark a lot. And you know what I'm saying? I slick tell myself I know better. So it's not easy to look in the mirror and hold that person accountable for what you know they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So I think if every Black person did that, we'll be building pyramids again.
I hear that. Now, I do want to ask you about the recent robbery situation. I know you did an interview already speaking about it, but like, did that affect how you move differently as a public figure?
No. At the end of the day, I feel like, you know, whatever God got for me is for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Psalms 91, baby. I say it every morning. He is my refuge, my fortress, my God, on whom I trust. And I step. And it just is what it is. Like, you know, this world has already been conquered. If you know your literature, then you already know that. I can't move in fear. I done witnessed too much of it. So, you know, I move how I move. I move with respect. You know, I respect others. I respect other people's space. And don't disrespect mine. 'Cause, you know, I'm going to get at you. It's just, but at the end of the day, you know, I move and I know that I'm protected. And I move like I know I'm protected. So it is, you know, I don't listen to fear at all. Like, fear is not even, I don't pay attention to it.
I respect. You once told me before that a producer can become relevant anytime with just one hit. Do you still believe that?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Quincy Jones found Michael Jackson at 50. You can't never, you know, time is only what your perspective of it. And who's to say that your perspective is all the way right? Who's to say that your perspective is all the way wrong? How you look at yourself, I don't look at you how you look at yourself. That's your
Right.
perspective. I feel like time ain't real. I feel like time is made up. I feel like we only have time to find out who we really are on the inside. When you take away everything that's been added on you from a kid, like you come here not even really knowing nothing. You hitting the wall, jumping off couches, slapping your mom, and you don't even know what's going on. She got to hit you to make you even understand what you're doing is wrong. Like when you come back to that mind state, the mind state of being all the way free, you weren't worried about no time when you was a kid. You was just being a kid. It's the things of this world that was added on to you that made you kind of like, made your perspective of things. So I spend time knocking stuff off of me. I feel like that's weight.
Hear that. So, C-Note, what does the word progress mean to you right now?
The word progress means evolution, evolving, growing. That's it. You're either progressing or you're not. You know what I'm saying? You're evolving or you're dying. Which one is it? So yeah, progress, moving forward.
Hell yeah. So what you got coming up next?
I've been working on, with my artist Taylor J, my boy Juice, and just learning more. Sitting back and the world events, the things that's going on in the world, the veils that's being uncovered. We're seeing things that we never been seeing. We're having conversations that we never had.
Facts.
And I'm really just sitting back and enjoying it all come out. You know what I'm saying? When you become a certain type of person, like, I, not to brag on nothing, because I don't be bragging on stuff, but, like I fast for 30 days, just drinking water for 30 days straight, no food, just water. You start seeing things, You start being more with the earth, like, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of see game, but for the world to kind of have the veil uncovered from in front of us is kind of interesting to watch.
Yeah, and I remember you told me you be doing those fasts. So like to go 30 days without food or anything like that, like how do you do it?
I don't know, man. I really can't tell you, man. That's why I said, man, a wise man will tell you he don't know nothing, man. It's all, it's always researching ourselves. It's more spiritual than physical anyway, so.
Right.
The spiritual world created this world. And I ain't talking about like on no spooky stuff. It's just really looking inside of you and seeing you are what you are for you. You know what I'm saying? And I just try to put that in my music the best way I can. I can't really talk about it, but I can sit down and like draw it out in my music. I'm not a big talker. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Well, everybody need to go get that new project. Check it out.
Science 3.
Talk about some real shit in there, man. Absolutely. Well, see, no, I appreciate you skipping class with me, man.
Oh, for sure, man. It's been a pleasure.
The Progress Report.